Sucralfate for dogs, vet approved for chronic upset stomach. Does your pup have an upset stomach off and on? Are chronic gastrointestinal issues affecting your dog's day-to-day routine? If so, it might be time to consider enlisting the help of Sucralfate for dogs. Chronic upset tummy for a dog could lead to future problems down the line. In the case of regular stomach issues, you might want to get a prescription from your vet. Sucralfate for dogs is a good way to tame an upset tummy for both short and long term. In some cases, Sucralfate for dogs can be used for preventative care as well. Top 10 FAQs about Sucralfate for dogs? As a vet, I regularly get asked about certain medications and their effectiveness for dogs. Sucralfate for dogs is no different. Let's take a quick look at the top 10 questions asked online about Sucralfate for dogs. Number 1. What is Sucralfate and how does it work in dogs? Sucralfate is an oral medication that is commonly used to treat gastrointestinal problems in dogs. It works by coating the lining of the stomach and intestines, which helps to protect it from the damaging effects of stomach acid and other irritants. Number 2. What conditions is Sucralfate used to treat in dogs? Sucralfate is often prescribed for dogs with conditions such as gastritis, esophagitis, ulcers, and other gastrointestinal disorders. Number 3. Is Sucralfate safe for dogs? Sucralfate is generally considered safe for use in dogs, although like any medication, it can have potential side effects. These can include constipation, diarrhea, vomiting, and lack of appetite. Number 4. How is Sucralfate administered to dogs? Sucralfate is typically administered orally in tablet form. It is important to follow your veterinarian's instructions for dosing and administration. Number 5. How long does it take for Sucralfate to start working in dogs? The length of time it takes for Sucralfate to start working can vary depending on the severity of the dog's condition. Some dogs may start to see improvement within a few days, while others may take several weeks to show improvement. Number 6. What should I do if I miss a dose of Sucralfate for my dog? If you miss a dose of Sucralfate, it is generally safe to give the missed dose as soon as you remember. However, if it is close to the time for the next dose, it may be best to skip the missed dose and resume the normal dosing schedule. Number 7. Can Sucralfate be given with other medications? Sucralfate can be given with other medications, although it is important to let your veterinarian know about any other medications your dog is taking, as they may interact with Sucralfate. Number 8. What should I do if my dog experiences side effects from Sucralfate? If your dog experiences side effects from Sucralfate, it is important to contact your veterinarian. They may recommend adjusting the dosage or discontinuing the medication if necessary. Number 9. Are there any contraindications for using Sucralfate in dogs? Sucralfate should not be used in dogs with a known hypersensitivity to the medication or its components. It should also be used with caution in dogs with renal failure or liver disease. Number 10. Do I need a prescription to get Sucralfate for my dog? Yes, Sucralfate is a prescription medication and can only be obtained from a veterinarian. Let's take a more detailed look at some of these questions. What is Sucralfate for dogs? Sucralfate is a medicine that was introduced in 1968 to treat intestinal ulcers in humans. However, this medicine was not able to get FDA approval until 1981. Later on, it was used by expert veterinarians in clinical trials to combat gut ulcers in dogs. Fortunately, they get desired results with minimal side effects. What is Sucralfate used for in dogs? Sucralfate is a drug in practice to cure ulcers and erosions of the gastrointestinal tract. This medication belongs to the group of gastroprotectants whose function is to heal any ulcer that occurs anywhere in the gut of your dogs. Moreover, Sucralfate for dogs can treat a variety of conditions, including esophagitis, inflammation of the esophagus, esophageal ulcers, stomach ulcers, intestinal ulcers, kidney failure that results in gastric ulcers, and ingestion of toxins, ultimately gut ulcers. These ulcers might result from your dog's misuse of antibiotics or aspirin. Sucralfate works by forming a coating over the affected portion, ulcer. In this way, it protects the ulcer from getting exposed to stomach acids. However, Sucralfate for dogs comes under the category of an off-label drug. It means you must take precautions from your vet before giving it to your doggy. What does Sucralfate for dogs look like? Sucralfate comes in different forms for the treatment of gastric ulcers in dogs. You can choose any form compatible with your furry fellow's desire. Moreover, sucralfate is present in 2 forms or preparations. Tablet, oval-shaped tablet in white or pink color. Suspension or liquid, light pink or white color. However, in veterinary practice, the liquid preparation of sucralfate is not common. Therefore, most veterinarians prescribe tablets of sucralfate. How to give sucralfate to dogs? Generally, there are 2 practices in the veterinary field to administer sucralfate to your dog. Both depend upon the site of the ulcer in the gastrointestinal tract. Therefore, here are some guidelines. For the intact tablet, if the ulcer is present in the stomach or other far side of the gut, you must use an intact tablet. These tablets are specifically formulated to break up in the acidic environment of your dog's stomach only. Furthermore, they form a coating that masks the stomach walls. Therefore, the stomach acids will find no chance to harm the delicate ulcer site. For the slurry form, this approach is successful if your dog is facing esophageal ulcers. The intact tablet will offer no benefit in such a condition because it will not find an acidic environment to break down and cover linings. You have to crush the sucralfate for dogs and mix it in a small amount of water to make a slurry. However, you need a syringe for its oral administration. Both types of sucralfate can be effective for dogs. However, in most cases, your vet will choose the best option after a thorough evaluation of your pup. Sucralfate for dog dose. The appropriate dose of sucralfate depends upon the condition and size of your dog. Your veterinarian can better guide you depending on the severity of the ulcers. However, the most commonly prescribed dose of sucralfate for dogs is 1/2 or 1 tablet, repeat every 8 to 12 hours. Furthermore, the dosing schedule of sucralfate for dogs may alter if your dog is taking other medications too. Therefore, don't forget to discuss with your vet before using sucralfate for your dog. What should I do if my dog misses 1 dose of sucralfate? If you forget to give your morning sucralfate dose to your dog, don't double the evening dose. It sometimes happens that dog owners skip their dog time unintentionally. It does not mean they don't care for their furry fellows. Therefore, they get confused about what to do in that situation. Some think that doubling the corresponding dose might compensate for the skip one. This is not a good idea, as doubling the dose at a time might adversely affect your dog. Therefore, you need to rely on the scheduled dose. Sucralfate for dogs, side effects. In most cases, sucralfate for dogs imposes very few, if any, side effects. However, there are possible side effects of sucralfate, including nausea, vomiting, indigestion, gas, constipation, diarrhea, sleep problems, itching or rash, headache, dizziness, drowsiness or back pain. In rare cases, your dog may experience allergic reactions. Symptoms of this include difficult breathing, swelling of the muzzle, tongue, throat, or face. If you think your dog may have an allergic reaction to sucralfate, it's important to seek medical advice from your vet immediately. How do I store sucralfate for dogs? The sucralfate container should be airtight and protected from direct sunlight. You need to avoid freezing the liquid form. The ideal recommendation for storing the liquid form of sucralfate is 68-77 degrees Fahrenheit or 20-25 degrees Celsius. However, if you get a special formulation of sucralfate from your veterinarian, don't forget to follow the storage guidelines mentioned on the label. What should I do in case of an emergency? Sometimes, it might happen you overdosed on sucralfate for your dog. This could be a random act or due to negligence. Luckily, sucralfate overdose does not impose serious reactions in dogs. However, in case of observing any abnormality in behavior or some adverse effects, call your vet immediately. Sucralfate for dogs, final thoughts from Dr. Saba. Sucralfate for dogs is an anti-ulcer medication that helps heal gastrointestinal ulcers. It makes a protective coating over the ulcer site, thus preventing the linings from acid attack. The adverse effects of sucralfate are rare, however, there are chances of allergic reactions in some dogs. Check with your vet today to see if sucralfate is right for your dog's chronically upset tummy.